What's good, everybody? We out here again. It's Tuesday night. We are no longer in the palace. We haven't been in the palace for a while, but we are kind of exploring and figuring out what we're doing right now. My woman just came in here. Where was I? We are, yeah, out here doing the gosh darn thing. Uh, are we still waiting for somebody? Oh, there's Darth. Sorry, I was on time tonight. Huh? Did my trash early.
Ooh. Perfect.
Hey, we missed
I
you
like-
this weekend, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I was TPKing my party.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
fair. That's fair. That's all right, because like Sunday, I was just so tired.
Yeah.
I was just
Yeah.
chilling, chatting with Allie and stuff, and I was so tired.
Mm.
It's
I was
yeah.
just listening to that and was like, yep, well, that's a heavy note to end on, but I mean,
Yeah.
it's very the weird thing about, or well, it's not that weird. It's always very, in a way, very easy to listen to because stuff is happening and it's actually like, the stakes are high. But at the same time, I was
Yeah.
feeling the pain of
It was
it could have
brutal.
gone differently.
I
And it
gave my
didn't.
level 4 party decks of many things, not just a deck,
Yes.
but multiple decks. Like it was
Yeah.
It's just
It was strange.
Yeah, it sounds like that went off of the rails rather quickly.
I mean, well, it was fine until
Well-
somebody decided to pull 9 cards.
Yeah, I was impressed by how long it actually went okay. Like nothing too bad
Oh, it
happened
was
and it
good,
was all
dog.
fine.
3 solid rounds of everything being fine.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool. We might have Cloaked joining.
Oh, perfect.
I think I've played one game with Deck of Many Things, and like everybody was like wise enough. Like we all decided that we're gonna act like we didn't know what it did, and so like we pulled one, and then something crazy happened. We're like, yeah, let's just not do that again. And like the whole party was like, yeah. But like as long as if you have a Deck of Many Things, it's fine. As long as you have everybody that's like agrees.
Welcome.
Yeah.
Because if not, you only need one person.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was crazy.
It just also changes very fundamental things. So even if you don't just, get your players killed or anything, if you really just use the deck and don't modify anything about it, it's still going to be derailing something. I don't think there's a way. There are cards that don't.
I mean,
but the chances are just so
they
against.
completely altered the campaign in the first
Yeah.
3 draws, and then they ended up
Yeah.
like getting ability score boosts and thousands
Yeah.
of gold and like,
Yeah.
and
It was all pretty good.
and then avatars
Until it
of
wasn't.
death. It's
Yeah.
like,
I mean, that's exactly that's like that South Park episode where like they bet everything on black to like save the town and they win, and then one of them in
Let
the
it
back's
ride!
like, "Let it ride," and they're like, "Oh yeah," and then they lose it all. And on the ride
Yep.
home, he's just like, "Son, clearly you don't understand how gambling works."
Well, that's kind of how
I
it works,
can't-
though.
I can't lie, being someone who really, really enjoys wild magic sorcerers, I'm just going to
Mhm.
say, probably a best idea not to give me a deck of many things.
Oh yeah.
I have very bad self-control.
Yeah, no, I can see that. I popped in for like 5 minutes on like longer than 5 minutes. I pop in one time, and Randy's just like, "Oh, give me a wild magic roll," And you're like, well, no, it's Bard.
Yeah.
And then he's just like, never mind, do it. And then he just starts the next like hour. It's just him like running from his own spells. The whole party trying to figure out what the fuck to do.
Yeah.
It was good.
And I would not change a thing.
Nope.
I'm a really good DM, I promise.
Hey, those sessions are always great because you're like, cool. I get to just add to my notes for next time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like even if they beeline it and like get past a ton of stuff, I have plenty of time to play.
Yep. That's how it goes.
I cannot see the map, by the way. Is it just because it's dark?
Oh,
and I
it's
don't have
because
dark
it's
vision?
dark, and I think what I might try to do about that is
I'm
maybe
good.
just add
I'm good.
a little
Let's dive off.
campfire or
I'm dealing with the
something.
Hades image.
I say I can see the
in
map,
chat.
and it is dark. As in, there's nothing there.
Let's say. Well,
Oh, I see. I see.
does that
things
help?
now. Yeah, yeah.
So I'll just say you have a campfire there because that makes sense. It'll also help you actually be on watch.
Well,
Possibly.
technically, we want a really small one because we are on watch, yes, but we're
Yes.
also trying not to be spotted.
Exactly. I mean, it's the easiest thing for me to reduce the amount of light it gives you. So let's just say it's gonna be a small campfire.
I mean, if I
Do it.
As someone in the military, I would never have a campfire in the situation that we are currently.
Well, yes.
I would never
I
ever have
know.
lit a campfire.
But I also kind of want people to be able to see something.
I know personally, Sherwin decided he was going to take a nap. So
Yeah.
the fact that I couldn't see anything was,
No, but it's there now, so you can still see something and you have an idea of your immediate surroundings, but you don't, it's easy for me to stuff it out again if it's
Do you have a token
technically.
on there, Travis?
Oh, is that what I have to do?
You might need, yeah.
Did I just
you
add
might
one
need to
on?
Put
I
your
fucked that up?
token on there, just your
Top.
character.
Yeah, drag it to the top left corner. That's where the lights are.
Yeah.
Am I
Yeah,
in?
because you don't have dark vision either, so you wouldn't see anything
Oh,
otherwise.
I thought I dragged one on. Does not see.
Let me see if I can see it.
I might have put 3 on the board.
Shoot the J.
Mm,
Shoot it.
I do not see it. It's
Oh,
kind
I'm
of
such a noob.
big-ish. Well, no, it's maybe because I also put a picture up there that I actually will
You have to
also.
make sure you're grabbing your name and
Yeah,
not
grab the name, not the. Yeah,
Okay. Let's see if that works. Do you guys see me now?
I think.
Oh wait, maybe it's this one. Maybe I was grabbing the wrong. Yep, there we go. I was grabbing the
Hey.
thing at the
There you
bottom.
go. Yeah.
My little face
exactly.
logo. 'Cause I'm a
Oh God,
genius.
Solomon, watch out! You're on
He's
fire.
on the fire.
Oh, sorry,
there.
does anybody know how to treat burns?
They better do now.
Right? No, but after I take a nap, gotcha. Well, actually, one way, take a nap.
Yeah, it should help. I'll also see if because I
But it
think
was
I
really
did
loud.
that.
Brought
Yeah,
it
you
down.
should. Yeah, you don't see it because it's in another box. There's also a picture that I'll make visible for you all by just, dragging duplicates of your characters in there.
It is the nighttime and I'm sleeping.
Let's see.
I might need a recap because I don't
Yeah,
remember.
I'll
at
give you
all.
one right now. So you kind of.
I got a nut.
I don't know how much you like how aware you are of how derailed you became like 3 sessions ago or 2 sessions ago. I'm not quite sure.
3 months ago.
Yeah. You got to Astoria, the city, and built your first church and all that.
It was great.
Found out some stuff about.
Oh, you mean the sand castle? Yes.
Exactly.
Oh, yes.
just so you all see something, I'll drag some stuff on here as well. So those are the 4 we have now, and I'll put the resties on here as well.
That's a pretty
So
little
to the
statue.
right of this, it's just an illustration of where you are, kind of. Just so you know, like you have some kind of visual that's not just top down. So you went to that city, you figured out that the priest of the temple there got his like central relic got stolen from the temple, and you kind of wanted to follow that, and kind of at the same time also did this thing with the that you just wanted to meet some random guy on the street, and you did, and then figured out that he was cursed.
Now we're gonna save his soul.
You were gonna save him. Now
Oh,
you
yeah.
kind of went somewhere in following the trail of the horn.
Yeah, the guy with the
Mostly.
fiery bowls on his neck.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think right now you're following the horn more than anything else at the
Yeah.
moment. But you're having this guy with you, and while in Historia, just before you left, you talked to the king there, who's
did. We
supposedly
did
the
talk to the
god,
king.
but didn't like him very much because he was very whiny and also drank a lot of wine.
It was Kyra's brother, right?
Yes.
I mean,
Yeah.
you said
My
it right
whole
the first
plan
time.
got trashed.
It was whiny and whiny.
Yes. He was whiny in all the words, senses of the word. Yeah.
Nailed it.
So yeah, I mean, it kind of got chaotic because you picked up so many threats at the same time.
I got
I'd
hit by a
say-
rock.
You did get hit by a
Right,
rock.
we fought all those goatlings.
You did follow the
Yeah.
goatlings because they had the horn.
I think that was literally the last session, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, then we beat them all, and then like we went to where the one that we Solomon cuddled into submission led us.
Oh, that's right. No, he's right. We beat
Yeah.
them off. We beat them all off. One by one, we beat them off.
And
Yep,
the last
yep.
one was the one
Ugh.
you had
It was a
very,
group
very quickly.
I beat
like
him
just
off the
back
worst.
in the palace.
I beat
I
him off
watched.
the worst, but I still let him go.
Yeah. So he is not also now following your party in some way, which is probably good, because you just keep collecting, not just it's not just collecting pets, it's collecting characters now. You
Pretty
have
much
one pet
collecting
and one
whatever we
character.
can.
Whatever it is, you just
Forceful
collect it.
collection. It's straight up human
We're
trafficking.
playing Pokemon with D&D D&D
you are.
characters.
You totally are.
Gotta catch them all. Gotta
So-
catch them all.
Yeah. So I think the general plan, as much as there was any plan at all, was to get the horn right now.
Well,
I
our
believe
plan
so.
was
You
to
know.
not go and fight a war with just us. So we were like, what else can we do? I guess we go for that horn.
So,
Yeah.
do you guys think, did we take a rest or were we starting to rest?
We're like 1/3 into a rest right now. We're the ones watching. I wrote it down, didn't I?
It was me. I got pegged in the
It
head with a
was-
nut, and
yeah,
I just
but
transitioned to
Esther-
somebody else.
Oh, okay.
You were trying to transition to Solomon.
All right.
You told like you
Perfect.
woke him up. No, Soren actually. Soren. You were because you were asking Soren if he knew anything about this rock that just like it wasn't a rock, it was a nut, and you ate it. To be very precise.
I
And you
did
asked
eat it.
him
It was
about the
not
nut
delicious.
after eating it. No, it was just it was more like an acorn or something. Like it didn't taste as good as a nut would. But it
Never
was
eat the nut,
okay.
You gotta spit it out.
Should have
Well, he ate it
roasted it
first
on the
and then
fire.
asked if it might be poisonous. So he did it all the
Yeah.
right way.
Yeah, 100%. I
So-
was on brand. It wasn't a fish, that's for sure. That's what I found out.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and I'll also bring Orestes up because he's there as well.
Chat, how you
Put him
guys doing
somewhere.
tonight?
What's up,
Yeah.
Yo.
Sorry.
No worries.
I know
I had
I'm
one
doing
of
those-
good.
I had one of those sessions where I gave the party complete autonomy, like in a settled
Yeah.
area with nothing like immediately trying to kill them. And it
Mhm.
was just chaos. And I was like, can we please end this session where everybody's back on the same page and trying to accomplish something? So, yeah, my
Yeah.
bad.
It's so good. We just kind of did a recap anyway because we all, it's been some time.
Yeah, it's been a while, yeah.
Exactly. So
We play a lot of
yeah,
D&D
we're kind
around
of
here.
a third into rest, and
If
I
you'd
think
like
it
to
was
play,
really Esther transitioning to Soren where we stopped,
join us on Discord.
mostly because you ate a thing and then asked about it being poisonous or not.
I was like, I should probably wake him up first. He might know.
Yeah, as your official kindergartner in this group, if anybody does. So yeah,
What did you put in your mouth?
yeah.
Well, it was an acorn. Somebody threw it at me, and I was like, it could be delicious, but I don't know. So I was just like, you just eat it because I was kind of hungry, and there ain't no good fishing spots around here. And I'm almost
acorns
out
aren't
of
delicious. Acorns are delicious in my
found-
world. They're not delicious on this world. I'm pretty sure they're probably not delicious on your world either.
Well, it turns out never eaten an acorn before. Don't plan on it again.
Also, it got thrown at you. I mean,
Yeah, somebody threw it at me. Oh, that's the important part of this whole thing. Somebody threw it at me. I don't know. Well, something could be anything. I don't know. They didn't answer back when I said, "Who the fuck threw it at me?" So I was just like, "Oh, well, they must have been just giving me a snack. Appreciate you."
This is immediately after defeating the goat things. Are we still right at the end of that battle?
pretty like you're a little bit further. Like you did go a little bit further than that. Like you had this one goatling that that Solomon was hugging, and then he let him go after a while. After he led you to this spot, like he told you that he knows where the other goatlings with the horn probably went, and he kind of pointed southwards
it to
if
win
we
it.
pretend that this map is like pointing north on the top. He just went, yeah, it's somewhere in there, but he also refused to follow you any further. So you still have a starving guy with you that's not looking good and looking worse, like by the minute.
The guy that made the
who's
bet.
now,
Okay.
yeah, the
He's got
cursed
holes
guy.
on his neck.
Yeah. And he's
Yeah.
also, yeah. So most of you are sleeping right now. It was just, you kind of took an early rest after the fight. So exactly, you have at least Sherwin just snoring away. And currently, this whole acorn nut, whatever thing it was, thing going on. But yeah, you've probably been walking like an hour after the fight to go to this place and have like standing stones around. I'll have to check if I also get. I think I don't. Oh yeah, I did put you into the other map. So you should also see like kind of illustration to the right side of the map.
Nothing but a black screen right now.
That's just black for you.
Yep.
He's
Let
probably
me
got
check if you're.
Nope. There it is up top. I
Got
see.
Okay.
I see what's going on here.
Yeah, it's all pretty high on top. It's kind of a bigger map, so yeah, you might need to scroll a little bit.
This situation has been complicated with many goats.
Yeah.
At the word
Absolutely.
goat, Sherwin kind of stirs.
Yeah. Punching the air. Oh, perfect.
I like go and I start to use the goat as a pillow.
Nice. Oh, dog alarm. Hi there. Aw. Hi,
Puppy!
hi. Yeah. It's so good.
I hear the licking.
Yep.
guest puppo experience.
Oh, we will move people. That's a whole. Yeah.
Everybody
Just-
loves the guest puppo.
Yeah. Oh, she's very excited. Hi. Oh. Yeah.
Basically,
Maya.
we out here.
Maya.
I'm sleeping.
Maya.
I don't get to say nothing. I don't get to do nothing but
come here.
snore.
Oh,
So I'm just
neck
gonna hang out and talk
up.
to you guys, chat.
Nope.
I mean, well,
Nope,
it's just
not gonna
it's
go
just two of
all
you
the
in
way
there
up.
right now. But
But
I'm
yeah,
talking
you
to
can see her technically.
It's all good.
Okay, so but that's the situation.
That's how our
in
goat
general.
is.
And we in it.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so we had a map.
No, we've never got a
You
map.
you didn't
No,
get
we
a map.
we
no.
forced one of the goatlings to show us how to get here.
Okay,
Yeah.
Exactly.
I
You
see.
told
I see. That's
somebody
what
to
you're
actually-
saying.
We asked very aggressively.
very politely. Yeah.
Okay.
We asked repeatedly with escalating aggression.
Yeah, but that goatling
Yeah.
is not still with us, is it?
Nope.
No, it's a catch and
He-
release.
Totally
Release,
booked it
okay.
as soon as he could. And like he told you that he wouldn't go any further because he wouldn't be welcome where the other goatlings were. So yeah, he got to leave.
Did we figure out if there was more of them around?
He told you that there would be
There.
more. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
Or
you
throwing
haven't
nuts at
seen
me.
those yet. Possibly. You have no idea who threw that. Might just be a flying nut for all you know. So
It's true. Magic's a weird thing.
I got
Mhm.
my lucky nut.
I'll go and just kind of make sure the perimeter's safe.
Okay.
A little walk around.
All right. Yeah, I don't know,
Oh.
does your character have dark vision at all? I don't think so, does he? Because other than, or you might
I
actually,
should have done this. And actually, now I'll just stay on this side of the columns and just
yeah.
actually just become
Because,
easy
you
prey
know.
and realize that's a bad idea and come back there and sit down.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. All right. So, all you like, let's say you have like a very small campfire. It's probably even a little bit smaller than what you do see, but that's fine for, just so you know where you are on this map.
Pegged with a nut.
Okay, so does Esther just really lie down and go to sleep? Or what do you want to do? I mean, if you want a long rest, you need to go to sleep.
I was going to say, I need a long rest. I'm out of spell slots and I only got 18 health left. I got messed up that last fight.
You kind of did.
I got ambushed and I still one-shot like 3 of them.
Yeah. Well, they are really good at sneaking. They're not exactly the beefiest guys on Earth, so...
Character sheet shows me as being tip-top shape. I don't know if I was taking any damage in that fight.
Because you were mostly just taking care of the goat and the guy
That's
that
right. I was in the
you were
rear
kind of
position.
staying
Oh.
away from the fight. So it's probably just correct. Yeah.
All right.
I know
Well,
you
in
used
that
like a
case-
couple spell slots. Like that was about it.
Yeah.
No, it's mostly cantrips.
But like
now.
we're through the first
think it was mostly
watch already.
cantrips,
So
yeah.
like, who's up right now? Because I know I would just
Yeah.
be laying down.
Did you wake up Soren or Solomon?
I woke up sore.
I think Soren was the one because he wanted to ask about the nut, yeah. But Soren's, like you'll have to I'll say that, going because you're enough people to go through a night with like if you go like 3 watches, then it'll be fine. So could have 2 people up at the same time. Should work.
Okay. I would encourage somebody that has dark vision to go sleep away from the party as a little bit of a. I'll just have something up our sleeve in case things go screwy. And since I'm not damaged, really wounded, and have most of my spells, I'll just offer to
Do
stay
any
up
of us have
as
dark
long
vision?
as I possibly can on watch. If everybody else needs to get some rest.
Does anyone other
Yeah.
than Esther have dark vision?
Nope.
I don't think so.
Nice.
So yeah.
Esther, why don't you go find your place off in these bushes to sleep for the night?
If someone's throwing nuts at me from them bushes, I ain't going in there.
Well, maybe we should sort that out then before we all call it a night.
And just
never
shoot a random arrow into the bushes real quick and be like, I think that sorted it out.
That's fine. Okay.
Squigs does a little poison puff. This is like, I think we scared him off.
Yeah, I mean, it really just was a random nut getting thrown at you, kind of towards the end of your watch. Which is also like it just got dark because you kind of lay down early. So, funnily enough, the one that has dark vision was watching while it was still bright outside. And now
Look,
it's dark.
I didn't
And
plan it.
everybody that's left, I know, it's just good. It's just perfect. So, yeah. Saren, you're the next one to watch. Do you want to wake up anybody else? It's probably gonna get late enough for Orestes and Esther to kind of, get sleepy, but Orestes can technically also just stay up all night and maybe get exhausted a little bit. But other than that, he should be okay, mostly.
No, I mean, if Restus is already awake, so there's two of us awake. I'll I'll sleep or take watch close to Solomon, so I can nudge him if there's trouble.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, you're kind of next to each other on the map, so that should be fine. Yeah, just to see how much you find out and see. You don't actually see much. So I'd say you could just, I guess, roll with disadvantage and just make a perception check.
Yeah, the other perception check was to see if I could spot what threw the acorn after he immediately woke me up.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
don't think
And
that
now
worked.
it's just for the rest of the watch. Let's just make a perception check for you, so I know what you might be able to see.
I'm rolling fire.
Well,
Ooh,
It would
And
have made a
Orestes
big
should have one too, right?
Seahawk
He was
fire.
awake.
yeah,
There
he
we go.
can. He can just exactly. And he's also he was just still watching while it was light, so he would have maybe kind of seen something rustling in the branches of the trees nearby, but you wouldn't actually have seen whatever threw the nut. But you would be pretty convinced that it came from like a part of like the trees over about here. That's kind of
I
what
will-
Orestes would assume.
Okay.
I will say I've been in a campaign before. The reason why I didn't just immediately freak out is I've been in a campaign before where somebody was throwing stuff at us, and then one of our party members just kills them straight up. And that was the only ally we could have gotten in that whole city.
Oh, nice. Perfect.
It's like, throw rocks at me, and it just murders them.
As is
Well,
tradition.
As
Well,
is tradition, I was just about to
Since
say.
I guess I
mean-
sort of see something over there, right? Or
You
It's
kind
probably
of,
just a
you
squirrel.
see some movement, but you don't really have you don't actually see what it is exactly. You kind of just can pinpoint a little bit better where it came from.
okay, I'll make enough commotion when I get to my feet quickly to make sure that Soren would notice, that I see something,
Okay.
and I run over there. I say,
Mhm.
"Show yourself. We are merciful, and we will grant you mercy.
It's
We mean no harm."
It's probably just a squirrel. If it's throwing acorns, it doesn't mean any harm to us. Why don't we just leave it alone?
Oh, if it's a squirrel, squigs. You want to eat squirrels?
It would have led with something a lot more dangerous than an acorn if it meant ill will.
A little persuasion, if it matters. Which I have
yeah, let me
a
actually
+3 at.
yeah,
Be a total of 17.
that's pretty good. Let me do.
Well, you said you have a +3 in persuasion, right? Why is it rolling guidance again?
Dude, I have no idea. I never did
It
go
must be in the
to
sheet
do it.
settings, I think. I can look at the settings if there's the modifier just permanently turned on. Might be.
Yeah, I'm looking
Kind
at
of
everything
might
I've
be that.
checked, and I am not seeing
Let
it.
me see if I can figure it out with the.
What's going on, chat?
Anyway, also at 4th level, I think I have a proficiency bonus too, don't I?
My character's sleeping.
Yeah, I think so.
+1.
Yeah,
maybe?
it would be proficiency plus
So y'all are my
Your-
dreamland right now.
charisma if you're proficient persuasion, which I assume you are. So you probably got a pretty good bonus to it.
No, he actually does not have any. He did not take persuasion.
Yeah.
Oh
no,
my
he's-
god, as a bard?
Nope.
As a
he's
bard,
just
I
got
only.
a +4 to persuasion. Yeah.
We
No,
stay
looks-
away from
looks correct,
stereotypes around here.
actually.
Yeah, but why does it say guidance then?
He's a drummer. Drummers don't always have charisma. Come on.
So the
They have high strength.
No, you're talking
and
about bass
dexterity.
players. You're talking about bass players, bro.
The proficiency bonus
Yeah.
is +1 or +2 at 4th level.
Dos.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Even if you aren't proficient in something, or do you not ever get it if you
No, if you aren't proficient, you don't take the bonus into account. It's just
I see.
it's +2 for you right now. But
Oh,
if
but
you're
no,
not,
no, he's
Well,
he's
no,
a
you
bard,
take
so he has jack of
charisma
all
boost.
trades. So,
Well, if you're-
Which he would add a plus half of his proficiency.
yeah, so he'd
yes,
have a +1.
it's jack of
Okay. So,
exactly.
So it is
It
plus-
would be plus. It should be +5
Ah,
because of that. The jack of all trades thing that does help you. Exactly. So
Jack of
because
all
it's really
trades, baby.
high, and because the other thing didn't roll that high, I'll say you actually do see a squirrel in the trees, kind of looking out at you, kind of curiously.
I bet it's a druid.
And you see it kind of take its paw and go towards its mouth, and it kind of spits out another of these acorn-like nuts. They're a little bit wider than an acorn would be, but also not as long, and look a little bit more like a cross between a hazelnut and an acorn, and throws it at you with, no damage done. It just kind of bops one at your head.
All right. Listen
And then
here, you
just-
little shit.
Scurries away again. It's like it just looks at you, throws. So Resties now also get something thrown at him,
okay.
and
Probably just
Can I,
moves away.
can I ritually cast animal friendship? I can't. Can
probably
I?
just
Only
stand too close to a tree.
Probably
If you guys just back
can.
away, it'll be fine.
It's you can ritual casting is just gonna take some time, so it's not gonna be quick.
Okay. Then I'd like to
I-
do that. I'd like to ritually cast animal friendship from my current position.
All right. Yeah, you don't like it's scurrying away, but you can cast that and see if it helps you later on.
Around, hopefully, I'll have sight of it at the end of the ritual casting.
Exactly. And you
Mhm.
might, it seems to be somewhere in those bushes.
Okay. A beast that you can see within
Yes.
range is the target, and so
Mhm.
I guess if I'm ritually casting, I'm not moving, so I'm just going to stand there and stare into the darkness and hope that at the end of the spell's casting, I can
Yes.
see a pair of eyes in the darkness.
I was just gonna use my free speak with animals a day and ask him why he's throwing nuts at us.
You can, I mean, you can do both. It's fine. You can absolutely do both.
No.
Well, it takes 10 minutes to do a ritual, and speak with animals
ritual-
lasts for 10 minutes. So
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
You can kind of bridge the gap, I guess.
I'm gonna try and keep his attention so you can finish your spell. I was just like, hey, what you fucking doing? We got these nuts are terrible. Can you bring us some that are more delicious than this one? I tried one of these ones. These are shit.
He just looks
oh, you
looks
gotta tell
back.
the squirrel his nuts are shit.
Like you probably, I'll call it persuasion, because you're kind of asking the squirrel to do something now, I guess. So roll your own persuasion and see how this goes.
Why? Why am I always rolling
Because-
persuasion?
You're kind of, you're asking the squirrel to do something now. I call that
I
persuasion.
need to
not
talk
a
less. I'm
prerequisite.
so used to being a charisma class. I need to talk less.
Maybe.
I could
The
talk
squirrel
more.
just looks at you and just goes, like you hear it, it's just chittering, but you hear it say, "Oh no, I've been seen."
I have a negative
And just
1.
it hopping further away and into
Yeah.
the branches. You know kind of where it went, but you don't have direct, line of sight of it right now.
I got bread. Huh?
Weird
Is
flex, bro.
that's still pretty persuasiveness
I got
kind of
bread.
thing.
Weird thing to flex at a squirrel, man.
Yeah, I got bread.
Squirrels like bread?
They probably eat it if there's no actual proper food.
Rip up my
but-
trash bags all the time. They eat whatever the hell they want to.
Well, city squirrels might. This one is living in a forest, so and
Hey,
it's
I
got
used
the
to live out
cheeks full
of
of
nowhere.
nuts.
Shit, I like berries and nuts, all right?
It's
I got
pretty
some of
much
those
just,
too.
you hear this. I've been seen, and then from very far away, you've got pretty good perception as far as I know. You still hear this, but there's people. Just in kind of, just in the same tree, just further away, and it's still kind of rustling a little bit, but you don't really like it. You do lose line of sight on it right now. You might still find it later, and you do have 10 minutes with speaking with animals, and you'll probably be able to it's probably not that far away.
Did I hear the little voice say people?
You can't understand it
because
right
you
now.
can't understand you
Okay.
hear the chittering. You hear the first
squirrel.
chittering that it does. But otherwise, you also kind of concentrate on your spell and casting it ritually, so you wouldn't you're probably staring out into the same tree and kind of
I
see
can
it
hear the
vanish.
second one now. So yes, I am going to carry on
Yeah.
with the ritual casting.
Okay.
We'll probably need all the
Right.
animal companions we can get.
Yeah.
This is 100% accurate, Squirrel Buddy. So the goat can ride on Solomon, who can get ridden by Squigs, who can get ridden by our Squirrel Buddy.
Squirrel.
Okay.
And then we should be able to see at least from a position of 12 feet or higher.
It'll be perfect.
Yeah. There's a fairy tale like that. But
Or-
it's just to see into a house, not actually. But okay, whatever. So that happens.
Soren seeing that they're both awake, play with a squirrel. I'm gonna curl up and go to sleep.
Okay, so Soren kind of got woken up and sees you being very awake still, and you're being,
I was planning on laying down. I was just trying
Yeah.
to help with the spell casting. If they're running
Exactly.
away, I'm not planning on staying up.
You can.
I got like 18
Wake 'em
health
up
left.
then.
Hell no.
Yeah, you might need to go over and tell them that you actually wanted to go to sleep. Yeah, do you want to do that?
Be sure and
you
tell
know.
everybody it was just squirrels, and make sure and wake them up by saying that.
Okay. All right. So, do you
Honestly, I
wake
was trying to
Soren
feed him
up
to
again?
Squigs, but oh yeah, of
Yeah, you
course. I
did.
was like,
All right. So
my whole
Soren, you
goal
get,
was to convince him to
you
come
know.
over here so Squigs could eat him.
You might have,
It was gonna be
you
a
know,
delicious squirrel.
So dark.
that it could have been a deception roll, but I think this whole "hey, bring us nuts" thing is still good for persuasion. So I'll just let it stand. Yeah. So
Squirrels and
Esther
Druid's
does
gonna
go
come
to
back and
sleep
kill us.
finally after trying to get his
That's my
dragon
guess.
friend to eat a squirrel. It's Soren that's up now, and I don't know, Orestes, do you want to still stay up a little bit longer and see this? Because we can.
Whole thing. I feel like before I finish that ritual casting, I'm just going to be like, it's just squirrels in the bushes. I'm done with this.
Okay.
Over the
So
camp.
just. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. So that would mean Soren's, after a little bit of, commotion, you're the only one that's now awake.
Okay.
And you're watching. You still hear some rustling in the bushes because it's a forest and there's birds and all kinds of animals around you. You just don't see any. With a 3, you really don't see any. It's also really dark now. So
Yeah, you
it's
just hear a lot of quill scratching as I'm writing in my.
yeah, exactly. You hear some noises, but you don't see anything especially interesting. Kind of probably just watch the very low fire, kind of embers burning down, and just, tend that a little bit. And seems to be okay from as far as you can tell. And after like a little bit of your, like, halfway into your watch, you also get hit by a nut. It's just kind of from, like, at the back of your head. And
Can I do a nature
yeah,
check if I can figure out why the squirrel's acting
throwing
up?
stuff at you. Sure, yeah. '19's pretty good. You're
Like, is
not
this abnormal, or
entirely
am I close to one of its nut reservoirs or something? Or
um you're not entirely sure if it's, defending its territory. This might be just a thing it does to shoo off people. Or if it's actually trying to get someone's attention in some way, because it's intrinsically also doing that. But you're probably, like, it's probably more of the former. It's probably, like, from the way it's acting, it does kind of still not want to be seen, as far as you know, because you haven't actually seen it. You've just heard a story, and somebody told you it's a squirrel, and it's throwing nuts, obviously. Um, it seems to be trying to, protect something or get rid of you in some way. It's the best you can tell, because, that's all you have to go on. It's whatever Esther told you and Orestes told you, plus now a nut to the back of your head.
so I'm gonna put my hand up, and using prestidigitation, I'm gonna make a small illusory image that fits in my hand. And I make a little
Okay,
squirrel. I'll make a little
nice.
squirrel, and I'm going to pet him or act like I'm
Uh-huh.
petting him, and just see if that might encourage the squirrel to think I'm friendly.
Okay, that is a good idea. Let me see how this goes. With what it's got here. I mean, any roll I do now is probably gonna be really weird, but I'll still do it. Well, pretty decent. So the squirrel that is somewhere, like, just hopping around the trees, or it might be more than one. You have no idea. But there must be, a squirrel or more of them with nuts at their disposal that they throw at you. And you just kind of see like a flash of mostly red fur. You do see it very, very shortly, as it's like jumping over to another, like it's coming from behind you somewhere, and then hopping over this little area where there's no trees, and just kind of hopping into the next tree, and you see that, like,
Like,
just the
it looks
kind of
like a
flash of red.
Okay. Then actually, I'll dismiss the squirrel image, and I will ritual cast. It'll take an hour. Find familiar again, and change
Yeah.
my familiar to a rat.
All right. Okay.
So
So
if
you
nothing else
just,
happens in that hour,
yeah, it looks like it's a pretty busy forest, or it sounds to you like it's a pretty busy forest. There's quite a lot of sounds, and you do hear a lot of rustling. but you don't actually like. There's nothing that's coming into the area where you could see anything. You just kind of notice the squirrel kind of hopping around a little bit. So nothing happens otherwise.
I'm gonna have
And
my
you're
player run into the forest and see if it can
yeah,
find other little animals. I'll look through its eyes while it does that.
okay. Let's say I said rat, right? See, I'm sure I have a rat somewhere that I can just assign to you.
My beautiful hawk is now gone.
Sad. Let's say, let's put this one on the board. Gonna be
Oh,
a little
nice.
bit squishy. I'll assign it to you though, so that way.
Perfect.
Okay. It's now, I haven't actually given it. I can also give it, I guess, a character sheet for a rat, but you get the idea. You can just like move it around so I know where you want it to go first if you want to. So that way you don't have to describe it or move yourself around if you're
I
not
think
moving.
I saw the rat like run into here, right?
Yes.
Into here?
Yeah.
Okay, then that's where I would have my rat going through there.
Okay. So if the rat goes there, let's see, a rat is not the most perceptive, but pretty good, I think. Let's see, just a normal one. It's got a perception of a passive 10 and a wisdom of 10, so just straight rolls. But it's got a very good smell. It could, try to smell this, like sniff things out.
Yeah, let's see if I get Smith another rat out.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, then just make a perception check, and because if you wanted to sniff around, it'll be at advantage.
Okay. Nope, that doesn't do it.
Yeah, if nothing else, you can just, roll a d20 twice and then, yeah, pretty good. Nice. So it definitely does smell some rats, but they're kind of further off. They're about, like, it probably has to be in, like, that direction over here. I don't know if you even see the, like, in, eastern direction, if you go that way.
Okay.
It does smell some rats, but it's quite faint. It also smells definitely other animals and traces of both wine and goatling.
Is the goat
And
close?
the goatlings are it's kind of a lingering smell that's probably like not the freshest one there. Just that they have a very distinct goat smell. And
It's definitely the goatlings from the temple.
it's probably ones that came by here earlier. Other than that, there's something else that the rat, like there's some other smells that the rat can't really place. It's other animals. It's just a little bit hard to say what it is because it's not like it hasn't sniffed other animals and also seen that all the time. So it's a little bit hard to tell. But there might be a squirrel in there. The rats that it smells a little bit further off, that's certain, and those aren't like it's not a rat running around in the trees.
Yeah, I think if I have the choice between the two, does the squirrel smell like it's closer?
It's there's like other, let's say it's kind of smelling like distant relatives around, and it's probably even more than one, but there's the smell is quite close.
Okay,
Like
then
there might be a nest somewhere.
I would go for that one. And I have dark
Okay.
vision for 30 feet as the
Yeah.
rat, so I can actually see.
Exactly. Yeah, so if the rat goes and, tries to smell it out, it'll end up having to climb a tree if it really wants to follow.
See if my rat's any good at that.
Yeah, so that would be, I guess just an athletics check for the rat. It finds the tree and, just starts to clamber up.
Does the 14 get my
Pretty-
little rat guy up?
It's getting you like to the first branches, like the bigger ones in the lower part of the tree. And it's now kind of sitting in one of those little forks of 2 branches. And it does see something a little further up that is way faster than a rat would be in a tree. That just jumps from that tree that the rat is in right now to the next one. So it's like jumping from the tree over here to a tree over there. So the rat is now, if it wants to follow, in the wrong tree, but it did see something and probably looked, like a red little furry thing.
Do I have a good idea of where in the tree the squirrel went?
You would know where it just went. And it's really just the neighbor tree, kind of a little bit further away from the group. Because it probably felt like it got seen,
I'm going to dismiss the rat as an action.
Mhm.
And then I am going to resummon the rat because I can do that with anywhere within 30 feet. And I am going to
Yes.
try to resummon it by where I think the squirrel is.
Okay. That'll be a little bit of a surprise for the little squirrel thing. Just for the heck of it, I'll just make a check. Oh, wow. So yeah, you do that, and you kind of hit pretty well. Like you don't see, because it's too far away, you don't see where exactly it is, but you resummon your rat in the right tree, and it's just a little bit further out on almost the same branch even. Like it's really, like it's in jumping distance. Problem is the squirrel is really dexterous, and as soon as it notices your rat right next to it, it just kind of, does the scared jump away and kind of jumps off the tree and just runs over this little open area here and into the next tree over here. Like it's just, it keeps running away, and as it's running, it's also, you just see it as soon as it clambers up the next tree, it just throws another acorn nut thing now in the direction of your rat, but nowhere, like it doesn't hit it. It's just kind of in that area.
Does it look? Do I get a good view of it though?
Yeah, you do, because
does it look like a normal squirrel?
It does look like a squirrel.
Is
it now looks like an annoyed squirrel, kind of,
okay.
Or a scared squirrel. It's doing this, it's chittering while it's running away, and it's obviously a little bit freaked out by a rat appearing quite close to it. Not quite like on top of it, but pretty close.
Orestes, who's never quite completely fallen asleep since he gave up on this, will kind of phase up and be like, knock it off with the squirrels. Get some sleep.
Well, I can't sleep. I need something to entertain myself.
Yeah, that's true.
I'll probably just pass the rest of my watch just dismissing and resummoning my squirrel or my rat close to the squirrel just to kind of mess
chasing
with
the squirrel around.
Well,
okay.
At least we'll keep it busy enough it can't throw acorns at me during my rest of my watch. And then at the end
it
of my
will
watch,
try to throw stuff at your rat. Yeah.
Yeah.
it'll it's a difficult target to hit, but it'll try to throw stuff at it. It's not very strong, obviously, so even if it hits like once or twice, it won't, do anything to a rat. Yeah, you do that.
What's in these woods?
It's kind of a circus for one now. Just, and other than that, nothing else happens. You get pretty tired after, your part of the watch feels over. Who do you want to wake up to take over?
I'll wake up Solomon.
Okay. So Solomon, you just get shaken awake by Soren, and he tells
Oh yeah.
Hey, buddy, it's your watch.
Yeah. All right. Oh, take a big stretch, and then boom, hit the ground, stand up, and shake off a little bit.
Nice.
All right. And then hand over the eyes, looking around.
All right.
I'll
So
let my little rat familiar hang out with Solomon while I sleep.
okay, how much do you let him know about this whole there's a squirrel rat thing?
Nothing. If I tell Solomon about
Nothing.
that squirrel, he's going to spend all night running after it.
It's fair.
Okay,
100%. I was going to say,
Very
please
fair.
don't sell Solomon anything.
just asking, just
If anything, I'm leaving him my rat familiar, to keep him distracted while he keeps watch.
Okay.
Cool.
All right. So yeah, make a perception. You also don't have dark vision, right? So it would be
But
a
he's-
disadvantage as well.
He's
All right.
still going to get a high roll. He's the oracle.
Yeah.
I am the oracle. Perception with
You
disadvantage. Here we go.
Mm-hmm.
Here's 1, and here's 2.
Not today.
All right. All right.
Yeah.
He's still got a higher roll than I got, I think.
Yes.
That's the highest roll so far.
Because I'm the
Yeah.
oracle.
Well.
Oh, I did
except
get a
for
9, but
Orestes,
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you do watch. You do see the little rat scurrying around and just kind of, sniffing the ground around your friends. You don't see very far because it is dark, and you also hear quite a lot of sounds. But for quite some time, you don't nothing happens at all. It's just very boring. And then you do have this little, there's also, it depends a little bit, 1.5 hours into your watch, you will also get a nut thrown at you. It'll, just for fun, I'll check if he keeps hitting you guys. It doesn't actually hit you on the head or something, but it kind of hits your shoulder. So you also get a nut thrown at you. For those that haven't been taking any watches, the 8 hours will finish in 1 or 2 more, well, 1 more hour from that point. So you're pretty close to finishing your long rest. Those that have been watching will still need a little bit longer.
Wherever the nut hits me, I slap at it, and thinking it's a bug or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, when I go to slap, I knock my shield over. I'm like, oh god, I fumble
Which
around
would
the
make
camp a
some
bit.
sound. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
I feel like with an @1, it probably fell on my rat.
Yeah. I do the,
Kind of
I do the
could
thing where I
have.
hit the shield,
Like-
the shield starts falling, I go to catch the shield, I catch it, but then I step on a pot, and then I step into
Yeah.
the fire, jump over, knock over something, kind of
Yeah.
move
Yeah.
from here to here.
Yeah, exactly. So you just kind of,
I am getting the old man
if you
sleep right
you
now.
weren't that stealthy to begin with, probably, but
I'm gonna try to.
now
I'm
any
gonna try
surprises
to be
off.
stealthy if
Probably
I can,
for
and I
the
do have
best.
disadvantage. I'm sorry, I know I'm rolling
Yeah.
a 10. Wait.
Pretty. You will it's just gonna be very loud for a little bit, and you will definitely hear that the whole forest kind of shuts up for like a second. You know, when there's like a loud sound in a forest, just all the birds and all the animals kind of keep quiet for a little bit.
Well, my
This
stealth is
stealth
actually
is
kind of good, so I actually
good.
like do that, like where there's like a loud part and a quiet part, and then a loud part.
Yes,
Like it's not
yes.
horrible. Like I save the overall.
You kind of
splash.
step into the fire, but keep yourself from. You're fast enough to, you know, just like walking over coals. You don't actually hurt yourself doing it, but it's still a very surprising thing, and it is very warm. So you don't, you know, you're not actually saying anything out loud and not waking up any of your friends, because there's this one loud little just banging from whatever pot you stepped onto or into. But then you kind of keep quiet and manage to make it just one loud noise, and then, you know, it's kind of okay. Still looks pretty fun, but
And after everything, I just do like a quick, and then I just go back to watch, and I'm chilling.
yeah,
Shush the rat.
I shush myself pretty much.
probably himself, yeah. Yeah, and not much happens. Otherwise, you hear some creaking sounds, just as, you know, you're kind of getting sleepy as well.
I rub my
And
belly.
yeah, and you probably need another like 2 hours or so to also get your full rest, as does everybody that has had a watch, except for Esther, who's now just about to finish his long rest. So yeah, anybody who hasn't had a long rest or hasn't had a watch time now, or, you know, Esther as well, because you were the first one, you get your long rest. Orestes might, you know, because he's been kind of half awake, need some more time, but it's not going to be that much.
Oh,
But you do get your full rest. There's sounds everywhere, and you will have, like, the ones that wake up now will still be waking up in darkness, because, you know, the sun isn't up yet. It's like 4 a.m. or something.
So have we all officially? I'm sorry. So
You will all have officially, like, you'll wake up at like 6-ish again, because you'll need a little bit of a nap to just finish your long rest, because were the last one to watch, so there was a little bit of a, you know, break in between.
Yeah, I feel
But
like I'm the only one that's
just
actually
2 hours. You actually just went, you know, full rest.
Yeah.
Complete full rest.
tell him just wait till the sun is coming through the trees a bit more. I have all my
Mhm.
things gathered. I'll be ready to go as soon as you all are then.
Oh,
All right.
okay. Oh,
Yeah, you can have like
Oh.
it's pretty, it's kind of cool. It's some early morning hours where it's still pretty, you know, it's a little bit damp. There's some dew on the grass, on the ground. It's a little bit chilly, but not too bad. Like a summer
One sec.
morning, more
I'll
or
be
less.
back.
All right.
Can I take my blanket out of my backpack and just kind of
Sure.
put it around me and go tend to the fire?
Yeah, absolutely. It's kind of a, you know, turtle in a cape now. I like
Yeah.
that. You
Turtle
can
power.
absolutely do that. Yeah.
Turtle
You'll,
in a cape now.
you know, you'll
Turtle
see some, if you're very perceptive anyway, so you'll definitely notice that there's like little acorn shaped nuts lying around, like quite a few of them. A lot of them in the periphery, like between the stones, the standing stones that you're in the middle of. But yeah.
I would like to, before everybody's like fully awake, I want to
Mhm.
scout the perimeter while it's still dark and I have the advantage.
Yes. All right. Do you want to be also stealthy about it? Because
Yeah,
then you would be...
100%.
Yes. So it's going to be first a stealth check and then perception. Or the other way around, doesn't, like, whatever suits you. Okay.
Can I do my perception at advantage with Squigs?
If you tell him to come with you, then sure.
Oh, you know he's with me. Ooh, beautiful.
I have the biggest cup ever.
Yeah, I'm gonna scout ahead down each of these pathways and see which one might have more tracks.
Okay. How far do you want to go from the party?
I'll go until I'm 100% sure that this is the way we're supposed to be. Like well out of sight. Like it's gonna be like a few hundred feet at the very least. Like
Okay.
I'm going off of where we can see by quite a bit. Because like I'm confident in my ability to stealth. Even though I was shit on in the last fight, I'm still pretty confident in like this.
Nice.
This is a strong suit. You know, he
Yeah.
might not know nature shit, but he can sneak up on a motherfucker.
Okay. Makes sense. Yeah, in that case, maybe just, move your token into whichever direction you want to go first. I'm kind of guessing you might go like probably this way.
Yeah, 100%.
You probably, first of all, I'll just move, you just move both of you. This little path that you now stand on, isn't that, like, it looks like it's definitely one of those little trodden paths that probably got made by animals.
Okay, so this is more a goat path.
Yeah, it's definitely not as wide as the other one, and it's a little bit less trodden. You do see more grass growing. It's probably where some animals feed. Like it's more or less just the grass has been eaten off, and it's probably a pretty natural kind of gap in the trees. So there's more grass growing, but it has been kind of cropped down. Probably.
But I can I see through this gap to the clearing here?
You do
'Cause I can see that
through
far.
the clearing, yes. You do see
Okay.
up to there, and it's you do see that there's some more space there. You definitely do see that. You also, through the tree trunks, because you rolled really high, you do see that there's another path just like right over, like in that direction, just further off into the trees. You do see that there's more, like there's another gap in the trees. It looks like it's a lot of islands of trees, but definitely a lot of pathways in between. Some less trodden, some more.
And the tree stands themselves, are they very, very dense, or would it be pretty easy for me to go in between them?
You can definitely go in between them. It's going to be a little bit of underbrush. It's not the trees themselves that are the problem. It's more, going through a bush or two. But it's
I'll stay on the
possible.
path for stealth reasons.
Okay.
Yeah, but I'll go south and check that out, and then
Yeah.
hopefully they connect, and then I can have some information.
Yeah. Okay, so you just walk along that path and figure out where this is going, and what you see will actually be like a kind of T intersection, I guess.
So am I awake when I see Esther leave?
You would not see him leave, but you will, like, you would see him leave, yeah, of course, because you woke up with the like first thing, more or less. You're like one of the first. You do see him leave, but because he's stealthing, you still. I mean, 15 kind of beats your passive, but you probably would see him, and he.
I mean, 15
try
does
to sneak
not
from you.
beat my
No,
passive.
he has a 16 passive. I was
Yeah.
going to say I
You got
didn't
a
beat his
16.
passive.
Yeah.
So even that. Even if he tried, yeah.
I mean, I was not going to follow him by any means. I was going to
Mhm.
cast light on a nut and walk the opposite direction.
Oh, nice.
Good call.
I'm probably
Like-
going that way because I
like-
can only see in the light. So.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
He's going to ski.
It's
That's
kind
a
of
good idea. There,
slowly
Esther. And I'll
getting a
just
little
go
bit
the
lighter.
other way, carrying
Yeah.
this lit up nut.
Nice. Perfect target for that spell. Yeah. So you just go that way and you will see quite well. Like it's not going to be a disadvantage for you. There's another path that you will like see after a while. Are you also going like where you currently are, like that spot kind of? You want to go?
I mean, that's I don't know. I can't really see too much farther than that.
Yeah, exactly.
So, but I'm casting light on the nut that I'm carrying.
Yeah.
So
Let me just so you do see something. Let's say, how much radius does light give? Just check it.
2020.
2020, I think. Yeah. Okay. In that case, yeah, it's a 2020 thing. So let's for now say you yourself do 20 and 20. So now you are
Oh,
the
nice.
beacon.
I can see far now.
Yeah. So yeah, you have, your little nut as a light, and you can just check things. Would you also like to try to be stealthy?
No.
Okay, just checking.
Can I move up with him?
Yeah, you will also like you actually know because you will, you have gone back to napping a little bit, and by
Oh,
the
got
time
it.
you wake up again,
Yeah.
they might have come back again. We'll have to see if that like works out that way.
Got it.
Esther is trying to be stealthy, so he'll take some time to get places, like he's being slow. The turtle guy isn't, but we'll see how that goes. Yeah. So for now, yeah, you'll, have to wait a little bit. It's getting close to 5 a.m. ish, so it's gonna be another hour or so for you to finish your long rest. Yeah, so Esther, you probably absolutely see or hear whatever you want that
Yeah.
Sherwin is
I'm just like,
following you.
damn it.
I'm just moseying on,
Yeah.
down the path, like saying
All
my
right,
Yeah.
saying my prayers.
I will activate
Nice.
feline agility so I don't have to dash, and that
Okay.
way I don't break stealth,
Mhm.
and try and get further out ahead of him so he doesn't
Okay.
shine that light on me.
All right. Yeah, that would totally work.
Wait,
So you get some distance.
is there another path? Because I would, if I would have, did Esther take that path? I didn't actually see which way.
He
Esther
did
went.
take this path here, yeah, the one that you're
Okay.
like on right now.
Like, because from the campfire, if I would have seen
Yeah.
Esther leave that way,
Mhm.
I would have completely
You could
gone.
have gone south.
Yeah, I would have totally
like
gone the
that
other
one.
way.
As of right here, I would stop and
Mhm.
whisper to Squigs and tell him to go tell, because the only one he can talk to is Soren. Like, go tell Soren I found a temple.
Okay.
And I would
First
send
of
him
all-
off towards the light so he could run past the light and see. And then
First of
you
all,
could see
what
Squigs.
before any of that is able to happen, both Esther and Squeaks get very roughly grappled by some roots on the ground. There's just tree roots
Awesome.
as far as you can see, but as soon as you step like into their area, there's this.
Well,
one
Squigs is on
big
my
root.
shoulder. Do they go all the way around us?
I rolled 2 attacks. It was a 20 and a 22. So
Oh yeah, that'll do
no
it.
matter what, it'll do it. It'll grapple both of you. And I'll say
Okay.
individually. So, I was like, I'll give both of you a chance to not get grappled. But you do go like it's probably just one pretty big root, and one of its little side branches just grapples your legs on your shoulder. And they
So I'm
just
just grappled, right? Just grappled?
you are grappled. You also take a little bit of damage. It's not gonna be too bad. It's 3 for you, and 1 for Squigs.
Okay. I'm gonna try and flex and bust out of that shit. Roll with athletics.
Yes. That's pretty good.
And then Squigs is gonna go with. Do I have to roll athletics, or can I go
You
with?
will have to
dexterity?
also get to roll, like you'll also have to roll for him. You get a choice of either athletics or dexterity, whichever one is better for him, I guess. And it's not the highest DC in the world. It's still just roots, but they did grapple you. Yeah, you both managed to get out of the grapple. So not much has happened. It's just,
Okay.
Esther, you totally find this little area where it's seemingly not so good to step close to any roots, as Sherwin is exploring the area.
I'm going to have him dash. I'm going to have Squigs dash and try and get in front of Sherwin right now before he goes and walks the light up right onto the temple. So I would have him go as fast as possible to stop that. And then after he stops him, I want him to go get Soren and say that we found what we're looking for.
Okay. That's definitely gonna be 2 things. Let me see.
Can I even throw him and let him glide a little bit? Like, he can't fly, but it says he can glide off of something. So can I throw him like a paper airplane and try and just so he can just guide his way through the forest for a little bit till he hits the ground and keeps running?
It would probably be kind of a combination of your strength to throw him and his dexterity to land without hurting himself wherever he does land. And it would be dependent on your strength how far you can throw your little Squigs.
Okay. Can I do an athletics check and then a dex save for him, or is it just a dex check for him?
Because it's if he's prepared for it, I'll say is a check. If you're not if you're not telling him at all, it'll be a save.
I wish I was a terrible owner, but I definitely told him I was about to throw him.
Yeah. So I would say it should be a check, just Yeah. That's pretty good actually. Yeah. You get to throw him a little bit. In which direction, how do you want to cut as Sherwin off? Is because Esther only sees some light through the trees, so you do see
I want to aim for the front edge of the light.
Okay. Because
so it can stop him from getting that.
That'll be. Should he then try to get through the trees to Sherwin? Or
the front edge of the light, so I would aim for.
I see where it's
and then have him run up the path towards him. So because Sherwin then would see Squigs running up towards him. Hopefully he would have the wherewithal to stop and maybe something's wrong.
Got it. Okay, so you throw him just about, I'd say there. Let me see. I'll have to make sure I got the right tool on. Just about here. You get to throw him, quite well because and then I do something. Yeah, no. Another root kind of comes up from the ground around this little piece of column that lies there, but doesn't actually get to grapple him before Squigs is off again and runs towards Sherwin, kind of, cutting him off. So he will manage to get to the other one, but on his way there, he'll still. What's his AC?
It's higher than mine. It's 16.
16. All right. So yeah, he does kind of, go through some of those root things, but is dexterous enough to just, be quicker than them. And you can, run up right to Sherwin that way. He doesn't talk exactly, so
Oh, hey, Squigs.
gonna
Oh,
be
he does speak
like
Draconic. He speaks
yes,
Draconic, but he
yes,
doesn't understand
Sherwin
Draconic.
does not.
yes.
So he's I was gonna
That's
say,
kind
so
of what
he's
I
just
mean.
gonna
So it's gonna be
like bite at the pant leg and like pull him in the opposite direction.
Oh,
okay.
And like,
what's that, Squigs? I like pick him up. I'm like, what's that, Squigs?
Yeah.
and then he just kind of like does the whole because he's an intelligent creature. He's trying to like
Yes, yes.
pull you away and like kind of nose
Pull you the
away,
other
just
way.
like
What?
yeah, he's just like
Oh.
like flaps off and like grabs you and like pulls you back.
Is Esther in trouble?
And then he lays down on the ground and then
Okay.
like kind of like low crawls for a second and then
Mhm.
like wags his tail and then he's just but he like then he grabs your pant leg again and pulls you back like
Sure.
trying to be like Esther's hiding.
Soren's in trouble?
He just nods his head and runs off towards Sherwin or Soren, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So that's what you see. The others by now kind of wake up. You all
At that point, I would
stir,
call
and it's
Squigs a
also kind
liar.
of getting lighter.
Soren's right there. Esther, I'm coming.
He starts yelling. He would start not yelling, but as soon as he's within like hearing range, as soon as I see him, like, shh, stop, turn the light off.
Oh, it's a nut.
Throw it in the forest, then.
Throw it like right at Esther.
God.
So now there's a nut right.
I try to
where
bat
you
it
are.
out of the air into the trees behind us, like away from the fucking temple.
Okay.
Esther, I
Okay.
can't see anymore.
Make a dexterity save, Esther.
That's what I get a fucking nat 20 on.
So
That
you
nut is
bat
gone.
this thing like this is a like home run baseball kind of bat. You get to like you try to just get it into this forest and pretty much just get it almost to the others again, like it's landing at the edge on the other side of it.
Squigs
Never
is just
win
coming out of
one.
the clearing and this nut just
Pretty
comes
good
flying
shot.
over the trees.
There's a little beacon of light just flying right over the trees. That's exactly what happens, and it kind of just gets caught in the last branches of that little, outcropping of trees there, and then falls down right
Esther,
at the edge.
Esther, I can't see anymore.
Perfect.
Kind
Don't
of,
move.
it's kind of
Shut up.
grayish now. It's kind of you can kind of guess that it's about to like there's a sunrise coming up, but it's not.
You just got to give it 5 minutes, Sherwin.
Yeah.
Just 5 minutes, Sherwin. Just stop for a second. We got to get everybody grouped up. There's a temple right there. I don't
Yes,
even know why I'm talking right now.
Oh.
I could not be talking right now.
There's a temple. Aren't we
Yeah.
looking for a temple?
Yeah, that's the thing.
Well,
Just stay right there
we
for a
found
minute.
Hey guys, we found the temple.
Son of a bitch.
And you all
I
hear
pull out my bow and I
everybody
get
else
ready.
has woken up by now. So Soren and Solomon and Resties, you're all up. You do see the little dragon kind of coming your direction, and you see this beacon of light just kind of flying over the top of the trees.
I got my spellbook out, going over my spells. Squig says something about Sherwin doing something dumb with a light nut. I guess that's probably the nut, and something about getting stuck by some roots. I don't know. And then cast Midsummer.
It's almost worse that I went back to sleep for 2 hours. That actually makes me feel more tired. Oh,
Oh,
Wait.
I know the feeling.
things going on. Oh, no, like hop up, ready to go.
Okay. Orestes,
Yes.
any reaction on your part to
I
any
kind
of
of
this?
blink my eyes a couple times. I'm like, that sun's not in the trees yet. What are we awake again?
Yeah, nice.
Guys, we found a temple over here.
Oh.
Well,
I'm
can we
going.
wait till the sun's
All
out?
right, well, I guess we're fucking doing this. And he just pulls the bow out and he gets ready and just starts scanning the temple. He's like, I guess we're here now.
Yeah. You announced yourself. Yeah, you do, have this, there's this little pause because kind of we're pretty loud right now. And you do hear another voice from like where you are right now. You hear it from somewhere over there. It's probably further away.
You
And I
know,
think only Esther and Sherwin would be close enough to actually hear it right now.
you know, Esther, I'm really glad you're okay. Squigs had me worried, but I think there's something behind you over there.
Yeah, I would, as soon as that happened, I would use thaumaturgy.
Uh-huh.
I will cause the ground to start to shake, and I will just yell at the top of my lungs with the booming voice, just bring it on, motherfuckers! When I'm announcing that we're here, he's like, all right, we're going to announce that we're here.
Oh my.
Okay.
Now, just as loud as he can be, like sparks going everywhere, ground shaking, eyes glowing white,
Nice.
just stepping out into the middle.
So, Sanctuary is a bonus action. If that
Yes.
happens, can I cast that on myself?
Yeah, you can.
Perfect.
Sure. All you hear now, a little bit louder, is just a kind of a from behind the tree somewhere.
Taking a blind shot at it.
Okay. Just like bow and arrow shot?
Yeah, bow
Or-
and arrow.
Okay. Just make an attack roll with disadvantage in that case.
Did they declare war on a temple or something? What's happening?
I don't know.
Yeah, that hits.
You're killing our only ally.
Yeah, I feel like I'm right back to what I just talked about a minute ago. I did the worst damage that I could do. This is amazing.
Okay.
And that's when Orestes is just going to calmly get up, gather up whatever little things he has laying around him, and slowly start to walk towards all this commotion.
You hear
And now I'm
another,
gonna bluff and say, I can see you. You better come on out.
ow!
Oh shit!
Like you don't hear anything else. There's no movement. You just hear a voice, and it sounds kind of not the strongest.
All right, now I'm gonna go in there. I'm still gonna be ready, but I'm
Okay.
gonna follow where I shot the arrow and get to that spot.
I wish I'd
Okay.
prepared healing word.
It's just funny because the disadvantage was because of all the trees, and you kind of had to shoot through a lot of trees.
I just picture it, like bouncing on the last tree just perfectly and like catching them
Yeah,
and
it
like
must
just
have,
skimming
because
across their leg, you
shouldn't
know?
have made that shot, but oh well.
Arrow
It's
traps,
just,
you gotta
there's
watch
a
out.
little bit, there's a little bit of a little alleyway, so this is not the heaviest part of the forest. It's almost at the temple, and the temple obviously is built in some kind of a an area where there weren't trees anyway, or very little. So through the trees you do see, but you have to walk quite a little bit. You do see a human lying on the ground.
Are they trapped under a log? Because I'm not falling for that
There
shit
is-
twice.
Well, looks more like a root.
Ah, okay. Yeah, I closed the distance and then like, you're not a goat.
Okay.
Are you a fucking goat?
You will have to walk quite a little bit. Like, it's over there. And you just hear, no. Ow.
Inside check.
Sure, make an insight check.
I'm waiting for everybody else.
Okay. You actually also get to... Oh, wrong thing. This is for Sherwin right now. 15 probably doesn't hit you. So
Nope.
there's a
And
root
actually,
coming up from the ground
if it's an attack,
trying to grapple you.
it would need to make a wisdom save.
Yeah. It's also a root.
yeah.
So, but I will make that wisdom. It's a 7. So it's going to be
It's got to grab
disadvantage and
somebody
all that.
else.
Yeah, it's gonna try. It's probably just gonna, lash out at a butterfly or something, like a early kind of, some kind of animal that's just randomly flying by.
Not me.
And just,
It's a squirrel.
It should be a squirrel, shouldn't
That makes me
Yeah.
feel bad.
it? It doesn't it really doesn't get anything. It's just, everything else is too far. So it's just a root, and it kind of burrows back down into the ground, like it's kind of rearing up, and then just as soon as it doesn't get anything, it just kind of burrows back down into the ground. Yeah, Esther, you've got your situation over there. Are the others are you going? I'll just make this whole
Yeah, we're
map
headed
light
that
up,
way.
actually.
I'm headed that way at whatever speed I can make it.
Oh,
Squigs would hop up on your shoulder.
let me do this the right way so it's not annoying.
I'll tell Squigs
So
and
I have one.
Draconic to go find his master and
I don't know why the trees
see if he's
are mad.
okay.
Yep, they take off at a full dash.
Nice.
Yeah, the sun is, coming up, and it's light enough now, so you don't need any, any artificial light at all. And I hope you all see the map, now. Should be fine.
Sherwin's not a run through the bushes kind of guy.
It's better.
He takes the path.
So
Okay.
are we okay to move up? I was waiting to.
You are okay to move up.
Yeah, same.
You can just, go, because Sherwin just kind of, yelled
We
in your
dash
direction.
then, I guess.
Yeah, whatever you feel is the best
Whatever
way to
you
move.
deem appropriate.
Yeah,
Well, I found this temple, guys.
I suppose I'd run right up to Sherwin, kind of get in front,
Yeah.
shield out, right in front.
Yeah.
Esther went in the bushes. I don't know where it went, really.
Oh wow, that's a temple.
Yeah, Squigs just, as soon as you say that, Squigs busts off through the bushes.
Oh, bye, Squigs.
Yeah.
If Esther gets in trouble again, you come let me know, okay?
He's
Yeah.
shaking his head as he's running through the bushes, like,
That's a good little
don't know.
doggy right there.
I'll just make you not emit light for now, because it should be bright enough for everybody to see without it.
We could.
Okay. Yeah. So, Esther, you made an insight check, didn't you?
I did.
Yeah.
That's just my
I
baby
mean,
dog.
it's a girl lying on the ground, kind of pretty wet, like a kind of a dress on, pretty wet by now because she's in the, there's dew on the grass. She looks panicky and not like she's lying. Also, she only said ow, and she might have been hurt by an arrow that's kind of sticking out of, it's just the top of her shoulder. You did actually manage to hit her while she was also being grappled by a root.
My question still stands.
Yeah.
Does it seem like she's telling the truth? Because I asked her if she was a goat, and she said yes. She said no. I'm sorry. She said she
no.
was not a goat.
No,
Okay,
so
she
she
appears
doesn't
to be
seem to
telling
be
the truth?
lying. She does
Okay.
appear to be telling the truth. Other than ow and no, she hasn't said anything yet, but those things seem to be true.
You're not
Aw.
getting goat vibe.
And
You
athletics to break
will-
the grapple on her.
Yeah, both works. You heal her up again, and she's very thankful for that. And you also get her out of the grapple. I'll just put her like next to you somewhere.
Does she look like she's been there a while?
She looks pretty panicky and looks like she has at least not been grappled for long. That's probably just, that probably just happened, and that's probably the sounds you heard.
Okay. I pull my hand out. I pull my paw out and then just let my claws out. Like, now. I apologize
Okay.
for shooting you, but I did that without being able to see it. You're right in front of me now. You're going to talk.
Okay.
Come on back. We'll go around this way.
Okay.
What are you doing here? And we're going to kind of like meander back through.
To the others.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm aiming for like that spot so I get back to the
Okay.
trail that I know.
Yeah. There's a path between the trees that you can take. It's not a very clear path at all. It's just a gap that's probably just naturally occurred. The others.
And I'd like you to carry him for me. And I just put Squigs on her shoulder.
Oh. Okay.
While Orestes is going to get his pan flute out.
Nice.
Going to do a trill note, 2 notes, or
Okay.
sort of a call to attention,
Mm-hmm.
and you will announce that these travelers and himself have come here on behalf of Her Lady of Song. I forgot what
Okay.
my name was.
Kyra.
Kyra is, yeah.
Come
I
here.
really hope that's how the song
Fucking
actually
asshole.
goes. You're just like, wait, it's
Damn, I took too many shots.
it's that one bitch. She's my main bitch. What's her name? Oh,
Oh man, I'm
Exactly.
so happy she's not here right now.
Yeah, I'm glad she's not here right now.
Yeah.
Anyway, we've come on behalf of the goddess of song, and then I'll like look over at the party and be like, wait, what are we here to do?
Oh,
Where did he get
Exactly.
we're here to get
Um,
the silver dragon
while
horn.
you do
We're here to
that-
get the horn.
Yeah, and Solomon picks up like a big meaty fist-sized rock. And he just goes
Thorin,
like,
does a 14 hit you?
oh shit.
No, it does not. I have made
Good.
mods.
Orestes, does a 13 hit you? Probably not.
No, it does not.
11 doesn't either.
Look at me.
Sherwin, does a 14? No, it doesn't.
Nope.
And finally, Solomon, 14. Wow. Probably
Sorry.
also doesn't hit you, right? Okay. So all you see while you're kind of, walking through there, just walking around, there's always some roots coming up from the ground, kind of trying to grab your ankles, trying to grab your arms, you're trying to wrap around your waist, just anything to grab and take a hold of you. But you kind of figure how to avoid them, and
take it easy, Double
they
D.
don't actually
We
do
appreciate
anything. You
you
break
stopping
one or
by,
two of
hanging
them
out.
just by, they wrap
Have
around
a
with
great
their
night. We'll catch you in the
outermost
Discord
tips,
later.
and you just keep walking, and they snap off.
Okay, well, I
But
see
nothing
this
else
is not
happens.
going to be done peacefully. Well then, woe unto thee, for my great turtle friend here is going to show you the power of my companions. And with that, I'm going to use some bardic inspiration
Yes.
on Sherwin.
Nice.
Yeah.
You inspired Sherwin. I'll
You guys
put
don't know why we're
the-
here? These
We're
guys
over
stole
here.
the horn from the temple, and we're here to get the horn back.
We're-
The horn-
We're here for the horn.
And I'm over there like explaining the situation to the chick as we're walking through. Be like, all right, so you can tell us what you're here for. We're here to go collect some things that were stolen. Meanwhile, over on the other side, they're just roots. Fuck this place! Attack!
I will,
Okay.
with shield in tow, move up towards the front and just tell everybody, keep behind me. This might get messy.
Oh,
Nice.
I don't stand behind my friends. I stand by their side.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, you do exactly
it
that.
is.
The only one that'll have
If we
to
gotta,
make another,
I'll
like,
whack a root.
there's gonna be one more attack by a root. It's probably not gonna be that great. Yeah. That would have technically tried to, grapple Soren, and really doesn't at all. Like, it's if anything, it'll just kind of try to grab your staff or anything on you, and you just kind of take it out of its
I
grasp
swear,
again.
the
Just Heisman that root.
trees around here.
It's
are
just
quite
being
aggressive.
annoying. They're really being annoying. But yeah, you do arrive at the temple. Is there anything in particular you want to ask this girl you just got out of the roots over there, Esther?
Well, one thing in particular comes to mind. What the fuck you doing out here?
Okay.
Because we're like in the middle of nowhere, right?
Yes, you are.
And she's in a dress.
She's in a dress. She looks like she put some effort into her appearance. But it's been some time, so she probably did have a nice kind of hairstyle. She was, some braided hair. It looks like it looked good a few nights ago. But now it's kind of getting all over the place. The dress is slightly wet from the grass, and a little bit there's a little bit of torn edge on it.
Okay,
not
so
too bad, it's just
she looks
a
pretty
little bit.
haggard, but not like messed up.
Yeah, exactly. It's this, not great, but okay.
I mean, you didn't say that out loud, did you? I mean, don't ever say that about a girlfriend. She's
Esther
pretty
would-
haggard, but I mean, I do it.
Yeah.
Probably say it out loud. I'm not gonna lie. He just doesn't care what other people think about him.
Jesus,
Yeah.
Esther. Jesus, what's your charisma, bro?
You look real. I have an 11 charisma, bro.
We're just low for him.
More
as a player.
persuasion checks.
Like, so you look pretty haggard here. Are you hungry or some shit?
Good
yes.
recovery.
Oh god.
Do you have food?
Yeah, I do. I got some rations, got some dried meats, berries. I got these nuts the squirrels were throwing at us. I wouldn't advise them though. They taste like shit.
Can I get some food, please? That would
Yeah,
be
here-
great.
Here you go. I give her a ration, my last ration actually.
Nice. Okay.
And then you told her you got these nuts, dude. Come on, man. You gotta work on your social skills, dog.
I got these nuts.
Come on, buddy.
She
So
just takes the rations and starts, eating some dried fruit and whatever's in there.
So, what's your fucking name? And also, like I said, what the fuck you doing out here?
Corinna, I'm trying to get out of the forest again.
Esther is so abrasive.
Lorios told me I should.
Who the fuck's that? You can't just say names. You gotta have background. I just met you, like literally
yeah,
10
yeah.
seconds. I do apologize kind of for shooting you, but we might put that on back burner for a minute. I haven't decided whether or not it was the right decision.
Yeah, she still looks a little bit
Yeah,
wary
why are you
of
giving
you,
away the last
and
That's fair.
is not quite sure about Squix
Questionable
either.
tactics.
She's just very
Do I have rations?
he's on her shoulder, right? And she's
Liquor.
kind of
Oh,
taking
got one.
she's trying to get her head as far away from him as she
Oh,
can,
that's not good.
politely trying to get rid of him a little bit, but yeah.
Don't lick her. Also, you just don't. If he licks you,
But-
I'd say 50-50 you die. So,
Oh, great.
just don't mess with him. Like I'm saying, he's there more, for my peace of mind, not yours. Because I don't know you from Adam. We're out here on a special mission, and there's some weird lady that was trapped underneath a log. Like not even. It was yesterday, and then we came out. We were going to try and save her. Turned into a goat. They all started to murder us. Almost murdered me. Didn't do it though. Murdered them instead. Lots of murder. That's what we're good at. Well, I'm good at. Most of them like talking. Not my
You
thing.
talk
I don't know
all,
if you
like
noticed.
you talk a lot, and she just her eyes get wider and wider at the mention of goats. She kind of, there's this kind of a look of recognition a little bit, and then at probably that point she would probably see Orestes through the trees and kind of start running the other way.
She start running with
Her-
Squigs on her shoulder
Yes, she will like
towards
she sees-
Orestes.
No, away from him. Like she goes, she does make a few steps, then sees him through the trees, and just kind of.
Oh, so
shit,
I would
runs
see
the
that
other way.
moment of her seeing the goat, like her in her mind a goatling, and then she
Yeah.
just like, oh shit, and they're just like trying to run from him.
Yeah.
Okay. I would. Okay. I'd say, hold on, Orestes, you're scaring her. He's a satyr, not a goatling. Shit. Activate feline agility again.
Okay.
Easily keep
Cut her
pace with her.
Yeah.
And yeah, I was gonna say, I noticed she didn't like attack Squiz or try to beat him off or anything. So she's not. Man, we cannot stop with the accidental slurs. But yeah, she can't. She's not trying to knock Orestes off her shoulder, or God damn it, Squigs off her shoulder or anything. So I'll just keep pace with her and try and calm her
Okay.
down for a second. Be like, we're here
Mhm.
for a reason. I'm gonna need you to calm down. You're gonna be running around here caught in goddamn roots again. You don't want none of that. That's obscenely out of the question. Really, you're still trying to run? I cannot believe this. You realize I am a lot faster than you. This is just. I'm
Yeah,
trying not to be the one chasing you right now, but you need to answer me some questions.
She does see that you're quicker than her and doesn't actually try to run from you.
Phrasing.
She kind of just, stops and turns. He's
He's a
with
satyr.
you?
He's on our side. We're
You'll have to
traveling
forgive
with-
my friend. He can
we're
be
the-
a bit abrasive. Here, ma'am, let me help you.
Okay, yeah.
I don't
Okay.
Oh
like
yeah, he's really good at talking and shit. He could probably explain what's going on. He knows every reason we're here, word to word, for sure. Because he loves Kyra. She's the one that told us to come do this shit.
You see,
Okay.
we're
Well,
here.
it was technically Pythor that told us to come do this, but whatever's clever.
Yeah, well. Okay, your persuasion is pretty good. And it wouldn't even with disadvantage, which might be reasonable for her being kind of scared of you first. She sees a very crazy cat guy and also a person she first thought was a goatling, but is actually taller and who looks a little bit different.
Excuse me.
So she decides that Orestes is probably the safer bet and just kind of goes towards you more and is like, what?
I did
what is
actively shoot her not long ago.
Yes, you did. What's going on? Can we? I need to get out of the forest, please.
Agreed, my lovely lady. Well, let's get you to safety, away from this temple and whatever wicked things might be inside of it. Come this way.
Okay.
Where's
she
everybody
will
else,
definitely
Orestes?
follow you.
Oh, I think they were charging into the temple to attack something.
Yeah.
Why are you here then?
I'm just rounding up all the loose ends as I do,
Yeah. Also, one question I have to ask.
Oh shit!
What
Alright.
did you do about the goat and the starving guy?
Back at the camp still.
Threw him in the fire.
Yeah, I'm
Oh, that's
fearing
not
something
good.
like that. I'm just
Oh,
asked,
damn it,
the goat
damn it.
might
Oh, we
possibly
didn't
just
say
be back
anything.
there. But no, I don't think anybody took them with you. So for now, nobody sees any of those. Just so you know.
Didn't we
Just
had
a
the
note.
dagger. I thought we had the dagger guy bound up, right? And we have his dagger in the box.
Yeah, well,
It was definitely my
did the night before.
responsibility, and guess what I did?
and it was not a dagger. That's the necklace that you're thinking
necklace.
of.
That's right.
Yes.
Necklace.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, you
tomorrow's the
did
dagger.
take it away from him. But yeah, you left him at the. I'll say that they still are around the now, probably just dead fire that you left there, just so we know where everything is.
Yeah, as soon as I see Orestes with her going off, I just yell out, "Don't fuck her, and you hurry your ass up. We got to get in there." And I just run over.
That's what it is.
Oh wow. Yeah. Okay, so that happens. Orestes, you lead her out of the little bit of trees there, and
We're gonna get somewhere safe. Don't you worry.
yeah. Do you are you going to go towards the others? Like, are you trying to get her
Yeah, I'm gonna
away
take her back
from
to
the
camp.
place and then?
I'm gonna
Okay.
make sure that she's secure, along with Goat and Cursed Guy,
Yeah.
before I return to my companions.
All right.
So count me out of it for a few rounds.
Yeah, exactly. I wanted to say. So you'll be, busy doing that for a little bit, and we'll see how far the others get away from you during that time.
Up in the air, who knows?
Esther, just so we know if anything is happening, does a 15 or a 5 hit you? Does a 15 hit you?
That is my AC.
Yeah, I think so. So you do get grappled by a root just coming out of the ground.
This time I pull it taut, and I get to the very base of the root, and I just cut that shit off.
Okay.
I don't care how long it takes. I will sit here and hack at it as long as I need to.
You do take 2 points of bludgeoning damage. It's kind of wrapping around your waist and just squeezing pretty tightly and kind of cracking one of your false ribs, like the lowest ones, a little bit. And it's just not very nice, but it's uncomfortable. You wanna just hack it.
I want to hack that thing as close to the ground as I can get and just beat it up.
It's just gonna take a little bit. So you're gonna be busy doing that for a few rounds as well.
Oh, fuck that then. I'm not doing that. I'm just going to bust out of that. I'm just going to flex and bust out of that shit.
You had to
Okay.
take the hacker class to do that.
Yeah. Just roll, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. It's, hacking the root off doesn't seem to be feasible, so you just
I just yank it.
wind your way out. Just turn like 2 times and against the wrapping that the root did, so you just kind of turn out of it. All right, so we have some people at the temple announcing themselves loudly. Orestes and this girl getting back to the I'll just put you both back in there. I should probably also okay. Nice. Okay, so you'll turn invisible there. On the way back, she'll tell you that you shouldn't go in there, and Lorius told her that it's not safe. She's trying to convince you, Orestes, that you shouldn't go into the temple. Is there anything you want to ask her, because you have a little bit of time to talk to her?
I'll be like, wait, who told you? What?
Lorius, he's I think you don't know him? He looks a little bit like you. He told me not to go any further, and the others did though. I snuck away, and I think my dad is probably worried. I need to go.
Wait, how long ago how long has it been since you've seen your friends?
Oh, I think it's the day before yesterday.
Oh, they've been in that temple this whole time?
Yes.
Okay. Well, we have a problem. You're going to need to stay here, because there are many more goatlings scattered through these woods. We've seen them. They're coming in packs, following us. As a matter of fact, we're surrounded. If you go anywhere but here, they'll bludgeon you to death with their hooves. So But why don't you
Love
stay
it.
right here? And you see that man? He's horribly cursed. And if he doesn't have someone stay in the presence of him constantly, he will die. And we can't trust this goat either. Can you handle your charge?
God damn it.
Okay, you're putting like a 14-year-old girl in charge of a dying man and a goat. All right, sounds fair.
14-year-old
As
girls
was
babysit. It's fine.
Grow up.
completely
Grow
lost. It
up.
was
Oh my god! Well, like
fucking
cut the
That's
umbilical
right.
cord. I mean, when do we do it? You know, when do we do it?
Yeah.
it's like the
True.
babysitting part is the bad part of this interaction. Even close.
She's like, I just left Toys R Us. They closed them all, and I have to do what?
Exactly. So the thing is, I will have to go
She's a
to work
90s kid,
like
she'll be okay.
ish now-ish. Um
Watching.
I guess we kind of have to call it there. So I'll definitely make another, like, I'll note everything we did. We will have the party is split a little bit, not too badly though. We will have this.
As I type this in.
Yeah. You're you're all down at the temple. You're all pretty much just charging in, it seems. At
Oh, we're not
something.
charging in. We are.
Yeah, you're
working-
announcing yourselves and being
there-
menacing, I
Is there
guess.
any chance? I mean, that was not my purpose. Just so you're, I'm being defensive. I
Yes,
am.
you are. But you're
is
being
there-
defensive by, well,
that probably
everybody
is
else
pretty-
is being loud.
Well, it probably is pretty menacing if I'm being defensive. Is there any chance we can at least before we end do a perception check?
Yes, you can.
Cool.
You see the
Ooh,
temple
I
walls
would
in
like to
front
do
of you?
that too.
Do you want me to do it with disadvantage? Because I do not have.
No, it's getting light enough, and unless you want to really hide behind your shield, there's not much that would, hamper your vision right now.
I mean, I'm walking up, but I'm looking. So
Yeah. So it's good. You can just
I mean-
we'll take the 10. I mean, the best one is Esther, which makes sense.
Oh, Sherwin. Does Sherwin?
I
Sharon
rolled an 11.
Yeah. Sharon rolled an 11, so Sherman probably just sees a lot of Solomon, I guess. Like, he's right behind you.
That's fair.
Esther does see some kind of an entrance, as in there's a spot in the wall where the wall just crumbled and, there's a gap right here. You do see that through all the...
I was like, I can see that. I feel like I saw it when I was
Exactly.
over here, and then I went back to them, and I was like, I found a way. Where's everybody at? Why are
Yes,
you here alone?
You do see that. There's not that much to be seen from your vantage point. I'm trying to see what else you would see. Because of where you are and wrestling with a root, you kind of get out of the root, and just out of your peripheral vision you see this little gap in the just clocking it as, oh, okay, that's where you get in probably if you want to. There's not that much. You do see the roots. You do see where they kind of are. Like, you do see one that's right here. You do see one that's right there. You see one that's right here, and just try to attack everybody, which was just horribly failing.
I will shoot
Not
an
much
arrow
else.
into the ground where each of the roots are. Say, watch
Okay.
those spots.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Makes
fine. I
sense.
was mostly trying to get out of the grass too to avoid the roots, but
Yeah. I'll just give you the roots then. So we'll say that you have identified those with, enough checking and trying to actually see some stuff. And you know that they have some reach. Like, it's
Okay,
not just right that spot. Because you didn't walk right into that
What
spot.
was that? I didn't step there.
You still got grappled, that they do have some kind of reach.
Yes.
So that would be that part. Everybody else sees, less than that. Most of you just see a temple wall that looks like you could also climb across it if you wanted to, because there are some areas where it's just crumbling from the top, but it's where you stand right now. It would be, an actual climb. And not much else.
And now I want to grab.
Which would be no problem for me.
No, it wouldn't. It's just there. And also we have Orestes and Corinna and these the goat, and I'll just have to check his name again. Forgot what we kept calling him.
Tom Sawyer, Brady
The
Williams.
starving the starving guy, he also had a name.
Oh, yeah.
I'll look it up. I put it in the notes.
We'll call
there's
him Marvin
those-
for now.
For now it's Marvin.
He's starving Marvin.
He's actually, like, he isn't moving much. Like, you all woke up and all that stuff. He just,
Oh, poor bastard.
he's lying there, apparently asleep. Let's just call it being asleep for now. And Orestes kind of, tells Corinna to watch
That's
him
not
and the goat.
foreboding.
Well, it's there's a timer on some things. And I mean, he does look really, really thin. So there is that. And you cannot possibly feed him anything. You do see as you come back, Orestes,
people are
because
crazy.
you also have decent perception,
These
that
people are
there's some more
crazy.
nuts, or these things that, I'll just keep calling them nuts, lying around both the goat and your dying friend.
The goat's just eating. He's just like, oh, dope, another
The
one.
goat is just eating them. But there are some around that have, like, you didn't see before. Looks like some more nuts got thrown. But yeah, that's,
Head back towards the party.
You
All right.
are
So
awesome.
you hurry back.
I think we're ending it here too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll have to end
Hell
it
yeah.
here. We'll just see where this goes. You're being aggressively defensive about the temple, I guess. Put that in there somehow. And we'll see how this goes and where you end up next time.
As expected, nothing went as planned.
Yeah, I mean,
Mission
yeah,
accomplished.
mission
Hey,
accomplished.
but we got back in it. That was big.
Yeah, I'm so
Yeah.
glad we could. Thanks for playing. So nice to have all of you here.
Oh no!
Thank you for
Thank
running
you
it.
for running it.
Yes. You deserve
Yeah,
the thanks.
absolutely.
You're being very, very crazy about it. I really like this.
I don't
Also,
know how
Lauren,
else to
we,
play.
you
we got
have a job
pent up
on your
energy
hand
for
now.
being so long.
Yeah. I'm really looking forward to Soren trying
Round
to,
of applause.
get the group together
For the
again.
GM.
Because
For
that's
sure.
totally what's going to happen.
Fuck you,
She's
Dad.
awesome.
Yeah.
You guys didn't even know why we were here.
I
Oh,
did.
no. We're
Well, I knew I
No.
was here. I was like, get this horn, get Pythor back on track so he can fuck with Kyra, and then we'll be all back on track for my mission.
No,
Yeah.
son, we're not here to get the horn for Pythor. We're here to get the horn because it's part of the. Never
Thank
mind.
you. Yeah.
Part-
Thank you.
The prophecy.
You're completely correct.
But why are we here? Why
Well,
are we
getting ex-
we're
Now you're
running
getting
after the
existential,
horn.
Solomon.
But also Pythor, just because he did, like, he cried about it a lot, was the guy who was afraid that his daughter is gonna be sacrificed, like, very soon.
Did they ever say his daughter
And then you
name?
left the town. I think he told you the name. It wasn't Corinna, if that's your question.
That is my question. So there we go. All right. I was like, that's too easy.
No, he was worried about his daughter being sacrificed, and she was being held somewhere probably close by in the city.
Mm.
Like,
You
she
don't remember
wasn't
that?
she wasn't lost somewhere. She was about to be, like, publicly sacrificed to.
Oh, okay. That was
Titan.
not clear to us when you first said that. By the
No,
way,
because he was
Oh,
just
not
being
even
very
close.
whiny. And it's just
Not
another
whiny.
timer.
It's okay. We're gonna finish this and we're gonna rush back to
It's
town and save.
just another timer. Just all I'm gonna say. It might be difficult for you to actually have another, like, I'm kind of worrying about the next long rest. Like, you know, because if you take too much time, it might
No more
be
long rest. Conserve your resources.
kind of, you know, if anything, if you really want to like finish everything at once, you might need to hurry back, and it might be night when you do.
I heard split the party. That's what I heard.
I heard split the party a little bit too.
Yeah, I was gonna say like now, like because that's somebody actively about to die over a horn that we can come and get anytime. Like I would have definitely made different decisions in the city if that's what the vibe I
The
got.
point
Like
is
she
that
was
Pythor
actively
is,
getting to like sacrifice. Like
yeah,
he said, he's worried about her getting sacrificed. Not she is about to be
soon.
sacrificed.
All he said was soon. All he ever said was soon. I'm like, I kind of
He's also
wrote
like
down what he
drunk and
said
sloppy.
It was
exactly.
just
He
hard
was
to
drunk.
tell.
He was
This
not
piece of
very
shit
communicative.
is too hammered to even communicate that his own daughter's about to get murdered to the people that could save him.
Yeah.
Man, I don't like. I hate him
Like-
more and more every fucking time we talk about it.
He was being vague. I completely
I
give you
will
that, and
slap
that's
him
absolutely
straight up
intentional.
next time I see him again. 100%. He's getting a fucking fucking face.
On that note, thank you all for watching. Thank you all for hanging out. We appreciate every last bit of moment of time that you spend with us. If you want to spend some more time with us, make sure you join us over on Discord. If you want to watch all our past videos, check it out over on YouTube, Dungeon Oasis Streams. Join us again tomorrow for Curse of Strahd, possibly the finale. I don't know. I'm not in the game. I'm not running that game, but I'll be there. Come find me in the chat. Mac, Randy, and Cheese. You already know what it is. Y'all have a great night. If you want to continue, if you're still here and still watching, we got lower tiered things over on our Patreon. Patreon.com/Dungeon Oasis. Anything helps, and it only helps gets the games, but they're still just yelling in my ear right now. Take these headphones off. Check it out on Discord. Check us out on Discord, Patreon, YouTube, all that. Curse of Strahd tomorrow. Ingressus Academia tomorrow. We'll see y'all next time.